Hey, this is the Third World server, and we're going to be taking a look at another new thing I've added to Spawn. Two little things, actually, but they're related. They're the Revelwood Auction Society stuff, and it's basically just an auction house kind of thing, an auction house. And what is auctioned here are these chests, and inside these chests are the belongings of players who have been banned, starting with two players that were recently banned, being Pro Gamer and Chalk Dave, both for related reasons, which you can see in the Griefer Graveyard. I haven't actually put them in the Griefer Graveyard yet, but that's where you can read why they were banned. That's not what this video is about. Anyways, inside these chests, which I'm not going to show because it's meant to be a mystery, these ones are empty. It's meant to be unknown, and what will happen is players will come to the auction during the auction event, and they will bid on each chest as each chest is introduced, and I will say something about the chests and about the player and the player who the contents used to belong to, that sort of thing, and player bidding prices will start depending on the various different factors, such as Pro Gamer had been on the server for not super long, like a month, but he was banned for reasons which I guess I would briefly mention. He was suspected of duplicating items, although he wasn't banned for that, and it was never proven, but there's a lot of various reasons. And he did have items that were impossible to legitimately gather or collect or find. So he did some cheating stuff, and some of the stuff that was cheated are in one of these chests that are labeled with his name. So there is a rare possibility to bid on a chest that has an item that's normally impossible to get legitimately. It's not some kind of super powerful item, like, I don't know, like a fire block or something. It's nothing like that. Oh, okay. So anyways, the value of, okay. Technical difficulties. Anyways, the value of the chest will be determined by the contents like that. I'll say this chest has contents of an abnormal value or something, and the bidding price will be a little bit higher than normal. Like a chest that has mostly just junk, the bidding will start at something like $200 or something, and something that has very valuable contents will start at like $1,000, and then players will bid however much, increasingly, however much they would like to bid from there. And another thing, this thing over here, which is an addition, this has more to do with how the proceeds of the auction are divided. And I don't, when all the money that comes through here isn't going to me, and it's not just going to disappear into the server, it's going to be divided equally among members of the Revelwood Auction Society. And anyways, to become a member of the Revelwood Auction Society, you have to purchase these certificates from me, and that money doesn't go to me personally, it just goes to the server, I guess. But all this certificate is just a written book that says you are a certified member of the Revelwood Auction Society, and there are 100. Oops, there are a total of 100 of these certifications, and that's the maximum number of the certifications that there will ever be. And I'll also keep track of how many members have how many of the certificates, because initially, if there's just, let's say there's just 2 members to start with, and it's me and Terrence. We both have just one. We each just have one certificate. So that means the proceeds from the auction, let's say like there's a big auction and a total of 100,000 server dollars was spent at the auction. That 100,000 server dollars is divided equally among me and Terrence the Page, because Terrence the Page has one certificate and I have one certificate. So there is a total of a split between 50% between each of us. Let's say I have 2 certificates and Terrence has 1. I get 2/3 of the proceeds, and if there's any like odd number out, like a remainder of like $1 or $3 or something, it will just, none of the members will get that portion. That doesn't equally divide among them, but that should be very rare and very small increments. So it just works like that. It's based on percentages of certificates owned by which players, and eventually if 100 certificates are purchased in total, well then just each certificate will equate to 1% earnings. But that will be a while, but let's quickly read the Revelwood Auction Society certificate rules. Just to explain them, anyone may bid on a chest in the auction. You don't have to be a member to bid on a chest, so you can not have a certificate and you can still bid on the chests. But to become a member of the Revelwood Auction Society, one has to purchase a RAS membership certificate, which will start at the price of $2,000, and the value decreases 20 per membership sold. So that means if I bought the first membership for $2,000, Turns the Page could buy the next one for $1,980, and there's a maximum of 100. So that means the 100th certificate sold will only cost $20. So it'll be super cheap. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, to purchase certificates, you contact the auction overseer, which is me, and each member is only allowed to buy one certificate from the auction office. So, initially, what that means is, let's say Turns the Page buys one, and he won't be allowed to buy like all of them. He can't, like, if Turns the Page happens to have I wonder what the total cost will be. It's hard to figure out. I'm gonna just guess, but I think it's wrong. Probably wrong, but like the total cost of buying 100, yeah, it wouldn't be that. I don't know how much it would cost. Let's say that's a little bit too difficult of a math equation, but let's just say they cost 100,000 to buy all of them, which is not true. It actually cost less, which makes the points more clear. That because I have 100,000 right now, and if they just cost $1,000 each, I could purchase them for $100,000, and then I'm locking everyone out from ever becoming a member. So basically, you're only allowed to buy initially just one certificate member, so that there's a chance at least for 100 individual people to purchase a membership. But once you can only buy one membership from the auction office, but you can buy other certificates from other players. So Turns the Page happens to have one, and I have one. I can offer to buy his certificate for however much Turns the Page would be willing to sell it for, and then I would have 2 certificates. And This needs to be, once you have 0 certificates, I don't know how I'll deal with that yet. Because then once turns the page has 0 certificates, maybe I would allow him to buy another one from the auction office. But if he does that, it should cost the full price. Crap. Well, for now, it'll just be as this book states. So you can only buy one from the office, and you can buy others from other players. So this just goes on to explain what I already explained at the beginning of how the proceeds are divided. But the reason why this whole certificate thing exists so that players can gain income from the income of the auctions, if that makes sense. So all the money spent on the auction will be divided among members of the Revelwood Auction Society. So if, I already went over that. Yeah. So it's kind of a passive way to make money, and it's also just kind of a little bit of a role play thing. I think it'll be pretty neat. It'll be fun for people to bid against each other. And I'm going to start selling the memberships as of now, but this auction here won't begin until at least there's a couple of RAS members, because I don't want to hold an auction when there's no one holding any certificates and then the proceeds just go away to the server. But the whole reason why I came up with the whole certificate owner and dividing the proceeds from the auction to the membership owners is that I wanted to have these auctions, but I couldn't have the money go towards me, because that's not really fair. It wouldn't be right for me to get all the money that people bid on these chests from. But it also wouldn't really make sense. So like the most fair thing to do would be to just, you know, drain that money from their accounts and no one gets that money. But that's not very, that doesn't really work with the economy, the server economy like I would like. I would like the money flow throughout the server economy to go back into the players most of the time. So it's the auction, the Revelwood Auction Society membership certificates that work kind of like stock, like company stocks. It's just a way to keep the money among the players and not just disappear, if that makes sense. But I will fly around now, show you guys what it looks like around spawn. So spawn's kind of built up a little bit quickly in this last week. 3 new buildings. That's pretty cool. I'll deal with these weird tree things. Someone stole all the, well, I wouldn't say steal, but someone took all the leaves from these trees, so I guess I need to add new trees. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.